I feel like every time you talk about him, you're never really that angry. Is it because you see...
I said I don't hate the kid. Then he came out yesterday and said, well, now that you love me. Well, I never said I love you. But...
This is coming from Conor McGregor. He says the rumors of a bout.
Because usually every day there's a Conor tweet. And usually it's something about a fight that probably could never happen.
UFC President Dana White, known for his blunt demeanor and outspoken nature, has once again stirred up controversy in the world of mixed martial arts. Recently, his candid remarks about Conor McGregor's decision to fight Logan Paul have ignited a heated debate in the combat sports community.
What's going on with Jake Paul, Conor McGregor? Is that fight happening or what?
Probably not, no.
Are you closed off to it completely?
I'm never completely closed off to anything. I used to say that about, things, but I don't say that anymore. You never know what could happen.
So do you think that Jake probably has a little bit more to prove to you as a fighter?
You shouldn't even be fighting Conor McGregor. There's weight classes for a reason.
What if Jake can cut to 145?
he just cuts half of his body off.
Hey guys, welcome to some breaking news, and this is pretty bonkers. This is coming from Conor McGregor. He says the rumors of a bout with Topuria are false. I am in preliminary agreements with the Albani family to face Logan Paul in a boxing exhibition in India. I have agreed. I will then seek my return to the octagon. Now, there is no way I can't see this happening if Conor has agreed, because Conor is going to be the biggest stumbling block. There is no way Logan Paul turns down this opportunity.
I like Logan a lot. Great kid. Who in this room thinks that's a great fight?
He's fighting.
Raise your hands, please, if him and Dylan Dennis is a great fight. I know he's fighting. Nobody? Not one guy?
Then they're going to have these crazy, extravagant press conferences where it gets really heated and they're arguing and they're just going back and forth at one another. And then it's going to be marketed as the biggest fight of all time. There's going to be so much anticipation built up around it. People just can't wait until that day comes. Then finally, it's time for fight night. All the prelims are pretty good. They have like a 20-minute walkout. And it's the most underwhelming fight you've ever seen. And I'll just imagine that Jake wins, Conor gets millions of dollars, and the next day we're talking about the fight being rigged once again. That's exactly how it's going to play out. We've been here like 8 times. Don't fall for it. This fight is going to...
UFC legend Conor McGregor has announced that he will step into the ring for an exhibition boxing match against social media star-turned-boxer Logan Paul.
What happened was, I went over to Ireland. I received some award from one of the colleges over there. So I told all the fans, meet me at the bar tonight. I'm buying drinks. And all these people show up. Everybody keeps talking about this guy, Conor McGregor. For some reason, whatever it was, I don't know why, I was drinking too. But I thought he was a heavyweight. So I come back and I tell Sean Shelby, our matchmaker, I said, this kid, Conor McGregor, he's like, yeah, I know him, I've been watching him, blah, 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 blah. We end up signing him. So he flies out to Vegas and he and I go to dinner together. And I'm fucking like, I'm blown away by this kid, right? So when we leave each other that night, I get in the car and I called Lorenzo. I said, let me tell you what, I don't know if this kid can fight or not, but if he can even throw a punch, he's going to be a huge superstar.
Dana White has often lauded Conor McGregor, describing him as a unicorn in the sport. White admires McGregor's fearless approach to any challenge, a trait that has cemented his legacy as a UFC superstar.
Conor McGregor is a unicorn. Yes, he's funny, he's got the personality, he's got that thing. But at the end of the day, what people really loved about Conor McGregor, he never turned down a fight. There's video footage of me and Lorenzo standing in his house. He just wakes up in his underwear. He's been training for a fight. The fight's off. Conor spent loads of his own money. We told him, you see him sort of absorb it for a minute. He's like, well, I'm going to the gym. Call me later and let me know who I'm fighting. That's what people like. You can have all the personality and all this shit. People love killers. Conor was a killer. Doesn't care, doesn't want to know, doesn't want any more money, nothing. Shows up and he delivers. Yeah. So, Conor has been incredibly successful. He's made a lot of money and, he's had his ups and downs outside and inside the octagon. But as for a guy who was, on the dole and was a plumber, he's actually a really smart businessman, and he's been one of the best partners that I've ever had in the history of the sport.
Yeah, and an important part of the history of the UFC.
Big.
He opened it up to all kinds of new eyes.
Yep. He literally, set Europe.
Logan Paul, a YouTube sensation turned professional boxer, rose to fame through high-profile bouts with KSI and Floyd Mayweather. The announcement of McGregor versus Paul has drawn mixed reactions. Some fans are excited about the spectacle, while others question the legitimacy of the matchup.
I mean, this is bonkers on so many levels. You can already see one of the first reactions to it. Toxplicity an hour ago saying a sex pest and a crypto scammer. Lovely. Merry Christmas, everyone, right? Merry Christmas. Obviously, right now, America is asleep. When they wake up, this news is going to go absolutely bonkers because you're taking two of the biggest stars in the world. Obviously, Conor McGregor's reputation is in the toilet after everything that he's been through in 2024. I think Logan Paul's reputation has been in the toilet for quite a while. So it's bonkers. The whole thing is bonkers. Obviously, we have seen Conor box before. He boxed Floyd Mayweather.
Did you fight Floyd or something?
Yeah.
Did he pay you to lose? What happened?
He didn't pay me. I wish you'd pay me.
How much you owe you?
Probably between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You got it on you by any chance?
I have in Nigerian money. I'll give you 10 million in Nigerian money. That's about $1,100. So is that your only loss? Was Floyd?
No, I didn't lose. It was an exhibition, so there's no loser.
There's no loser in exhibition?
No.
So you both are winners? It's like a tie. That's not a good feeling. It's like tongue kissing your sister or something. It's not a great feeling.
How many chicks hit you up after the
16.
after the Mayweather fight?
Can I be honest with you? Hey, something changed that night.
No offense, but I saw you up like after you were like flexing after you didn't get knocked out, and I was like, this guy's gonna fuck so many chicks.
Dana White quickly reacted to McGregor's decision, expressing disappointment and frustration. As a staunch advocate for the sport's integrity, White publicly stated he didn't support the fight, believing it was a misguided move for McGregor's career.
What's your brother, 6'1"?
Yeah.
210?
Yeah.
Conor McGregor's 145, 155 pounds.
Oh, he fights that low. I thought he fights like 160. I thought he fights like 165.
He's looking a bit thick now. He's looking a bit thick. I think the argument is that he is at such a higher skill level, and that was why Floyd took me on, right?
100%.
I'm bigger, but he's a god.
But what did Floyd figure out? You were so big, and you figured out how to tie him up, and you know what I mean? It's just there's weight classes for a reason.
Yeah.
And
what if Jake can cut to 145?
he just cuts half of his body off. Like, how do you do that?
Jake brought the type of guy to cut off a limb to make a weight class.
Do you think he could cut to? You think he could make 70?
170.
I don't think so.
Exactly.
I don't think so.
We're talking about, Spain, Seattle, and Chicago, and, these other places that we haven't been in a long time. A lot of big fights. I got something in the works right now. I'll drive you crazy. All you guys will be running around. I got something in the works that you will never see coming for 2025 that literally started to come together last night. And, we got some fun stuff coming up.
KSI and Logan Paul.
Oh. They're fighting again?
They're fighting on the same card.
Oh, yeah, okay. I like Logan a lot. Great kid. Who in this room thinks that's a great fight?
He's fighting Dylan.
Raise your hands, please, if him and Dylan Dennis is a great fight. I know he's fighting. Nobody? Not one guy?
One of Dana White's primary concerns is the potential impact on Conor McGregor's legacy as a dominant UFC force. White fears that McGregor's reputation as one of the sport's greatest could be overshadowed by spectacle fights, risking his legacy being remembered more for these events than his historic achievements in the octagon.
Conor McGregor literally would fight anybody. I've dealt with 1,000 fighters. So, this isn't the right fight for me at this time. This isn't that. This isn't this. This kid, we've been in the house that he was renting. And when I think it was when Jose fell out, he literally, this is what he said to us. I don't give a who you get. I'm going to work out. When you figure it out, call me and let me know. Conor McGregor is a unicorn. Yes, he's funny, he's got the personality, he's got that thing. But at the end of the day, what people really loved about Conor McGregor, he never turned down a fight. There's video footage of me and Lorenzo standing in his house. He just wakes up in his underwear. He's been training for a fight. The fight's off. Conor spent loads of his own money. We told him, you see him sort of absorb it for a minute. He's like, well, I'm going to the gym. Call me later and let me know who I'm fighting. That's what people like. You can have all the personality and all this. People love killers. Conor was a killer.